Hi everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. Guess what? It happened again! And it happened again, and it happened again, and it happened again. And I have so many articles of it happened again. of it happening again. Because you people, what can I say? You don't like truth. The reason why it's happening again more and more, and that's in counting the unreported it happened again, is because of the fact that you people love your eugenics. You like being above somebody. You like to play in your hierarchy and your ranking to get yourself killed, because that's how stupid you are. More so, the reason why it happened again is because of the fact that you people don't know what love is. Like this article. Woman jailed for murdering boyfriend by lacing Margarita cocktail with antifreeze. You know why she did that? You know why the bitch did that? Because she loved him. Because that's love. That's right. Since you didn't give me my drama, and I was done with you after I couldn't control you and manipulate you, and you didn't play my games the way I wanted you to. And since I'm on my pedestal and you did not respect me on my pedestal, that's why I spiked your drink with antifreeze. Because I consider that love. That's right, that's love. The article I read, it doesn't really go into depth of what caused her to do it. Not that would be a valid excuse, and it shouldn't even be an excuse, because if a guy would have done that, you wouldn't excuse it. Ain't that right? Ain't the reason why it happened? The reason why do you have the occurrences of it happen again? Even though both genders are victims of it happening again, but particularly women this time, or who I sometimes report on them being murdered and killed, raped, beaten, assaulted, what have you, is because women create their own killers. Purposely. And they know what buttons to push, and they don't give a shit what happens, because they think the system's gonna protect their stupid asses. Because what do they tell the girls at school, and the girls and the boys at school? Boys don't hit a girl. If a girl hits you, you did something wrong to piss her off. If a girl does something bad, she gets a slap on the hand. Isn't that right? And then you hate it when I expose that, don't you? You hate it when many MRAs expose it. But it really doesn't go into the article, focus on when women commit murder. It always has a bunch of excuses of how she was abused, some kind of bullshit, or her father was not there, or her father was there but it was abusive. Basically it always blames the guy, and always, even when a woman does murder a man or abuse a man, kill a man, what have you, it's always the guy's fault. But when women are victims of them being murdered or just any harm, at the least, it's always the guy's fault. You notice the double standard? You notice the double standard. That's what I'm talking about. These women, and you're talking about women not being on no fucking pedestal. That's the pedestal right there. What really pissed me off is when, in this article, how the people wanted to give her manslaughter. I don't give a shit. It was first-degree manslaughter. It was fucking murder. She went out with the intent to poison somebody where they could have died. Actually, they did die. I mean, if they would have lived, they would have had some kind of physical complication, a defect, a disability now. She outright gave him poison on purpose, and you want to give this bitch manslaughter. No, you need to give her like second-degree murder. That is outright murder. That is outright murder. And what you're going to say, well, she must have did something. That's bullshit. Nobody can do anything to the point where you're gonna have to poison somebody. Shoot, man, I could have. All the women who did me wrong, you know, I wouldn't even think about doing them dirty like that. I prefer the pistol, the good old pistol. No, nothing graphic. No, I'll lay something in the drink and make you sick or stab you. I'll probably do it if I had no choice. But at least, and I would say that for women being killed, at least men have a heart when they do it. They just take your life like that. We don't put shit in your drinks. We don't give you biological hazards of body fluids. We don't give you like bodily fluids to make you sick, and you live with that disease for life, or some kind of illness, or some kind of physical defect. No, we just, that's it. That's it. It's a cold, painless death. That's what we try to do. Now, I'm not endorsing violence. That's a disclaimer. I'm just telling you how it goes. You women want to pour shit in guys' drinks, poisons. You want to kill them while he's sleeping. Well, basically, when he's in a vulnerable, compromised position of a situation, you want to do all this wacky shit. Why did she spike the guy's drink? Oh, because she was mad at him or something. Because she was mad. Because she didn't get her way. She was done using him. Because you know why? Because she thinks that's love. Because you people don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know what love is. You treat people the exact same way you don't want to be treated. You want to be on this eugenics bullshit of alpha male, beta male bullshit. You notice they always say alpha male and beta male. You notice that they sometimes say alpha female and beta female. But you know, a female is a female. But a guy, you gotta see, that's what I'm talking about, the male oppression. Alpha male and beta male. So basically labeling. Guys don't label women like that. Yeah, you have a small minority of them doing that. But most of the time it's women labeling guys from 1 to 5 fucking seconds. I seen out in this, especially if you in America and you live down south, you see a lot of obese people, but you see a lot of obese women still having fucking kids. They still have guys in their life. When you have an obese man, he's alone to the core. He's alone. Now why is that? That's what I'm talking about. Men have to do it all. Women don't have to do nothing. She can still be a fucking degenerate loser, still live for her fucking parents, be in fucking debt on top of that. She don't have to have a stable income. Hell, she can just get services from the government for all that matters. Don't have to have her own place, her own car. I mean, however she gets around. And then and she don't have to have a skill to think for herself or do anything to be self-efficient. People want to say women are self-efficient in today's time. If that's the case, then why do they want guys to still make a lot of money? And just so self-efficient, how come they always gotta? How come they don't use their own brain? How come they never think for themselves? They let the guy who they think is desirable, who's good looking and has a lot of money, and it's the status quo, but they won't listen to a regular guy who may be smart. Actually, more times than not, the guy who don't have a lot of money, maybe don't have the GQ looks, maybe not. It doesn't have to be, particularly in America, where everything is like white bread bullshit of blonde, blue eyes, and the Caucasian is the most angelic, handsome, cute, caring, savior man of even though he's the fucking oppressor who's been oppressing everybody, but you know, that's another story. And even though history on record says he's not the sweet, caring, loving, pure, angelic, celestial human being of a man, but he's infallible and everything he says is credible because of the status. I'm not saying all you got. I'm not saying all the whole race. I'm talking about those who are in elites of power. Okay, I don't need to go into details of why that is. You know why that is. It's because of history of what's been done by the Freemason forefathers. That's why you like to. That's why some of y'all would think he's a desirable, both men and women, and then including all races. But back to what I was saying, if women are so self-efficient, how come they always rely on men to do everything? If they're so self-efficient, so damn smart, and got all these talents and tools, how come they don't build shit? How come they always getting guys to build shit? Hell, you have a misogynist elite government. You got the elite sexist, misogynist, women-hating, pedophile, partially male haters, sexist, bigoted, elite bankers, and Freemasons who gave women power, who gave women rights, basically, to fuck themselves up so they can be a tool for the New World Order. So when stuff happens, when shit hits the fan, and when the dollar is gone, they're gonna take you off the pedestal. So you had a patriarchy, a bunch of patriarchy, pedophile, misogynists giving you power, and you're gonna follow a bunch of woman haters and listen to them because they got a lot of money. That goes to show you that you can, when you're a desirable, you can still treat a woman like shit. You can treat her like less than human, and she'll still respect you. And that's one of the reasons why many women run back to abusive men. And they also pick abusive guys because they can just blame the shit on him, and just blame all men who aren't abusive and make him pay for the consequences, or for her own fucking actions, because nobody forced her to do anything, like she's forcing guys to be alone. And that's what I'm talking about. And as far as giving the bitch, you're gonna give her manslaughter when it's pure murder. She basically killed a guy by spiking his drink with intent to fucking kill. That was no fucking accident. You want to be soft on her because she's a female. That is fucking. You people are fucking pathetic. That is fucking pathetic. Then you have women killing kids. I got so many articles being posted, being sent to me. Of women killing kids, abusing men, abusing the men. You want to talk about problems? These are not problems. This is a blatant oppression. So these women can stupidly oppress themselves. So when the foreign troops, and then you got the U.S. troops who are being corrupted, then you got the crooked law enforcement of government, police, FBI, what have you. Guess what? When they take advantage of you women, you got yourself to blame. And all the nice guys that you treated like shit and wronged, we're not going to help you. We're going to laugh at you because you're a sucker. The majority of you women are suckers. Falling for the okie doke. Your whole concept don't make no sense. You have to go to a patriarchy government where the elites, the elite bankers and the Freemasons, and who with these secret societies of the elite class, who think that you're think that you are below them, and because you're a female that you are inferior to them, because these guys hate women even though they're married to women. But see, they think because they're so full of themselves. The reason why they're full of themselves, they can be assholes like that and be blatant misogynists and still have somebody in their life because of who they are. Because you women enable this behavior. You enable a man to abuse you. The reason why you got so many men who try to be bad boys, or men who just don't feel they have to change, the bad boys don't have to change, is because you keep picking them. That's why you got bad boys, and that's why you get treated like shit, because they get away with it. That's why you got your share of deadbeat dads. It's because you picked the wrong guy. But you got a lot of deadbeat moms killing their kids and using the kids as a fucking pawn, and you got women taking the kids away from the father just to collect a check. So it was blatantly hypocrisy. See, anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace.